bugger. So bloody close. So close. One of the more painful games to sit through as a Saints supporter. So much done right on the field. Just finishing off all the hard work that was done up the field by our mids and backs. And unfortunately, 12 goals 9 Brisbane to 9 goals 12 St Kilda. And this looks like the end of our 2022 campaign. So it was painful to watch. We know as supporters of St Kilda Football Club that we have to go out in the most painful way possible. Death by 1,000 cuts. And they truly didn't disappoint us in that area. So, boys, we're all feeling a bit flat after the weekend. We played some pretty good footy, but I think that's just overshadowed by the fact that we didn't get the 4 points on the board and are probably going to miss the finals this year after a promising start. So, Marshy, how are you feeling?
Oh, yip, lads and listeners. Yeah, a little bit flat, but to be honest, boys, I'm so pumped to be here because this is my version of going to the clubs these days. So no, it's good to get out and chat Saints footy. The game itself, disappointing, obviously, but we've coined a new phrase around the household when Tilly does a number 2. The code is, she's done a St Kilda.
Yeah.
So, is it Weasel or the Sainers? And it's a Sainer bugger. But, that's footy, isn't it, huh? Saints footy. That we haven't had this before since our pod. This is what our 3rd season of doing the podcast.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've got the red, white and black mirror happening where the seasons just mirror the one previously. Because this is almost exactly the same as last year, it kind of feels like. And all throughout the Richo years, they were all the same. So it's not ideal to be back in this position, but you get that with the big jobs. Jackie boy, how you doing?
I don't know how I'm doing. You tell me how I'm doing. I guess I'm feeling the same way. Like last year, we had the 11 wins, and this year, the 10 wins actually, and this year we've got 11.
Yep.
I guess the only positive to come from the year is that we've had the youngsters. So that's kind of like watching Windy do what he did again. Probably one of the highlights of the game.
He was immense.
Against Neil.
Unbelievable.
Nasaya should never miss a game again.
Yep.
And Owens just throws himself at everything. Like doesn't have any regard for his own safety.
Goes in the ruck.
Goes in the ruck, throws his body over 3 blokes in a pack.
Yeah.
That was great to watch.
I'm surprised he's so athletic. I didn't realise he's that athletic. Like the way he throws himself at the footy, like you're saying. There's not many players in our team that do that.
There's not many players in the AFL with his build that can do something like that, especially as a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
And the only bloke that comes to mind with that sort of willingness to go to a contest and throw his body around is like that Nat Fyfe type.
Yeah.
He reminds me of a very young Nat Fyfe that just needs to put on a bit of size and get the hops going a bit more and get that confidence, and away he goes. We've really found one.
This might be a bit silly, but there's some of the forward line entries where he went for it. He kind of reminded me a bit of a Cozzy. The sort of
lumber.
The lumber, just the fearless, just going back of the fly of the footy, but, arms everywhere and getting his hands to it more often than not.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah. So we'll have a look at the positives to start, I reckon, because the glass half full.
We'll start there.
We'll start with the glass half full.
Listeners are going to skip to halfway through and we start talking about the shit parts.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because unfortunately I had to leave like 10 minutes into the first quarter and I thought, we're up for a tough one here. And then as soon as I got out, we started kicking goals. So, there were just some really interesting roles played in that game by particular players. None bigger than Mason Wood.
Oh, how good.
Where the fuck did he pull that from?
What did you call him in the thread, Joycey? Mason Mahogany.
Mason Mahogany. Originally in the thread, I was calling him Balsa Wood, but because I thought he was a bit soft. But the way that he played on Saturday night, it was pure mahogany. It was just all class. It was dark. It was skillful. You know, it had that rich scent about it. It was just, my apartment smells of rich mahogany, you know, for those who watch Anchorman. But it was just, he was silky. He was throwing himself at things. You know, he was tackling hard. It was just odd. Odd to see. So I think we all knew that Mason Wood had that within him. It was just putting that last piece of the puzzle together, and it's like he's 28, I think now. So, have we signed him on for next year, or is he still playing for a contract?
I don't think we've signed him on.
Yeah. So I think we're doing the right thing, and like we haven't announced it yet, and we're probably going to do the St Kilda thing and go, oh yeah, he's played a good game, let's sign him on. But I think it's one of those things where let's wait until the end of the year and then sign him on. Make him have another big game.
Yeah, back him up. Back it up this week.
Exactly. Don't let him relax, because I think he plays better when he's on edge.
Yeah.
I think he's put together a pretty good body of work though this season.
Yeah, he's definitely improved.
So having a breakout season when you're 28.
Yeah.
We give him a bit of shit, but Rats, I think it's clear that he is good at developing players, or some players at least. Like your Daniel McKenzie's and Mason Woods. He's a rejuvenated player, Mason, and you know, whether it's Rats or whoever else, that sort of helped unlock that. That's definitely a positive.
Yeah, well, we saw that with Rats in the first year that he came in, especially with players like Nick Caulfield and Ben Patton as well. I think it's just that little bit of belief in their skills and, you know, in what they can achieve throughout their career. So we can't not knock Rats on that. The belief system that he brings in.
Yeah, he's given plenty of opportunities to.
Yes,
to a lot of blokes,
exactly.
Whether they deserve it or not.
Yeah, I thought.
Them, but
in the same vein, same sort of age as well. On the other wing, Leanett had a decent game.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah. So he actually, I don't mind. He can turn over the ball at times, but I feel like he's finding his range again. You know, I think
some of his passes, they're just line breakers.
Yes, absolutely. He's got a really threatening boot. So, you know, he'll start off a game with a couple of iffy kicks, and he'll pull himself back and recompose himself, and then hit the next two. Yep. And you know, he's a really hard worker. So, hats off to Leanett for a good game. I think that a lot of the players that are sort of, you know, on the precipice of being very good footballers had their night.
Yeah, when you look at it, I guess, Marshall backed up again.
Yeah, Marshall's
phenomenal.
He's been huge.
Yeah.
Wilkie, I thought was pretty good.
Wilkie
again, he
was
had about
amazing.
12 marks and 20 disposals. That's classic Wilkie now.
Yeah,
standard.
Exactly. Yep. Sinks was good again.
Sinks was good again.
Yep.
Steele was tagged, I think.
Steele was tagged by Matheson.
And Neil only had the 16 with Windy, so it's so
exactly
weird
right.
to see two superstars get.
That's what I was saying
20.
about. That's what I was saying about this game, is that it just, you know, who was going to stand up from your stars and get you over the line, and who are going to be those very good footballers, not great footballers, but very good footballers that lift to get you there. And in the end, it was, you know, Cameron Rayner making the most of his opportunities, and you know, unfortunately Maxi King kicking 0-5, which we'll get to, because there's still a few positives that I do want to talk about. And the fact that 13 disposals from Steele, and we go down to a premiership contender by 11 points or whatever it was.
When we had him on toast by the end of the game.
That's exactly right. And we should have won. Full stop.
Those couple of shots at the end of the third term.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The one where Healy kicked it straight to Skunk. And you're like, all right, this will put us 10 points up or something.
Yeah.
And then he missed it, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. And then the Kingy one after that. Yeah, but there was just so many nice things to see, especially from our kids, and it was a physical game.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the first arm wrestle we've had this year.
29 tackles in the first quarter.
That's nuts.
We had how many at halftime against the Dogs?
Yeah.
12?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good that we rocked up with the intensity.
But that shows you we've got it.
Yeah.
Like, we've got it in our tank.
And we weren't going to be pushed around. You know, even though Steely didn't have a big game, I think he had a big game in terms of looking after his teammates.
Yeah, that's a good point. He was always there, you know, picking up.
Yeah, he was picking...
Questionable.
I was going to say, there was one that we'll get onto in terms of picking up your teammates and getting around them. Like, we put that in the inbox during the week or during the game. But in terms of flying the flag for your teammates, like, you know, they were getting stuck into Windy because he was tagging Neil and was absolutely destroying him. You know, that's another one. Like, he's gone off of tagging
Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly, keeping him to 4 disposals, and now he can add this new thread to his bow.
Yeah, that was a crazy stat you put up, Jake, where the lowest as a line.
As a line in a full game.
Full game, yeah.
He had 15, but that was 2020, COVID year, so shorter games. In a full AFL game, 16, the lowest ever as a Brisbane Lion player.
Yeah, and that was just attention from one player. Yeah. And then our team...
how many games? 12, 17 games now? Has he played?
Who's Windy? That? Oh, Windy, yeah.
Yeah, like, to do that.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the art of tagging is... Like, that takes guts. Like, he doesn't care. And this is what I'm seeing from our younger kids, is like, we've got 3 kids here who are willing to put it on the line for their team. And we've got X amount of senior players that aren't. So, you know, it just really shows us where gut comes from. And I think that's where Ratton is special. He can get the most out of your first-year players.
And that's, I guess, what frustrates everyone, is that we dipped into the other pot when he first started, which was getting the rejects.
Yes.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah.
From other teams and not actually going to the draft.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if we did go to the draft. If you say Rats is that good with first-year players, why isn't he stuck with that as a focus? He's kind of... We got lucky because we got 2 academy boys.
I think it was just...
If we didn't get them, it'd just be Nasiah, really. Yeah, and we'd be thinking, shit, we still need a lot of youngsters. We're lucky we had that one year of academy boys.
Yeah,
we don't have that. We're sitting here and we're not talking about Owens and Windy.
Yep. Yeah, so fair. And I think that was just the desperation to get the club to the top 8. And that's what it came down to. It's like, you know, I don't think the supporters are ready for another rebuild and, you know, after 2 already through the decade. So, but, yeah, in turn, Jimmy Webster, a bit unfortunate, out with a hamstring, so he'll miss the last game of the year.
Yep.
And he was doing a decent job on Cameron. I think we did do a decent job on Cameron throughout the night.
Bailey too.
Yeah, and Bailey, yeah.
I think it would have been half time or close to 3/4 time. I was thinking, shit, I was most worried about their smalls, and I spoke too early because then Rayner bobs up, kicks 3 in the last.
He's not small.
No, but he's not at all.
Yeah. He's
a big boy.
He's a big boy, yeah.
But not, you know, he's not Danaher.
No, exactly.
So,
yeah.
Spoke early then.
Yeah.
He was good before that, though. He was clunking him on the wing, and I'm like, if he gets forward a bit more, he's going to kick goals.
He's a gun.
And he's the sort of guy that he knew the moment. He's like, we need goals to win, and he went forward, kicked 3.
But don't worry, we know we're developing that. We're developing that in Windhager and in Nasiah and in Machito. Like, that is coming together. That's what you saw from Rayner in his first year, was not the skill and not the poise, but the hard ball gets. And that's where he stood out, I guess, in his first couple of years. And now he's starting to hit the scoreboard as that roaming centre-half forward. So, you know, you put Machito, Owens and Windhager especially into that frame, and you go, okay, well, I think we're actually going to have a bit of X factor about us, especially with Windhager's hands below his knees.
That's it. There's definitely some hundreds and thousands into what was just a vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that for me, it was an unfortunate game, and you know, I still say, like, senior players not standing up. You know, Crouch had a decent game. Seb had a decent game. Good. He had 32 disposals. He loves playing against Brisbane for some reason. He loves to rack up possessions there. So he was doing a lot of ground ball gets as well.
Could we have brought in Campbell and had Rowe forward a bit more? When you think about their rucks, what was it, McInerney?
Yeah, McInerney.
He didn't really trouble us that much.
No.
You're like... I'm just thinking, like, in hindsight, with Kingy and his problems, having Rowe as a backup tall to go to and having him there to support.
Potentially, but, like, we just went neck and neck with a team that's meant to be top 4.
Yeah.
You know, and we kept them to 21 scoring shots and had 21 scoring shots ourselves. So, like maybe in hindsight, having another tall there would have helped and we could have controlled the airwaves a little bit. They did have more contested marks than us.
Yeah, they did capitalise a bit more.
Yeah, but I will say I thought Membry had a very good 10 disposal game.
Yeah.
You know, he missed that crucial shot at the end of the third quarter, which is usually toast for him.
How good was his one from the boundary, though?
That one from the boundary was fantastic, but the one thing, I from watching the replay of the game, he dropped a lot of marks. He dropped heaps. Like, that's usually bread and butter for him. You know, taking those big leap overhead marks, but they were slipping through his hands. And I'm not sure why, but...
Yeah, like that sort of... The big one, the last line of sort of defence or for the opposition where, Membry does his little vertical jump.
Yeah, you can see it coming.
Yeah, you can see it coming. And, like, you're right. There was, 2 or 3 occasions where you're like, usually he gobbles them up.
Yeah, and it happened a couple of times on the wing. And it's like, you know, Membry should have ended up with 15 disposals and kicked 5 or 6 goals.
Yeah.
So there's another senior player for me that, he got a pass, but it's not enough.
It wasn't a high achievement.
It wasn't a high achievement, you're right. And like I think Butler as well, he did a few things that were like, okay, you know, they're Butler things, like crumbing the pack up on half forward and delivering the ball in the forward line.
One of his hand passes that he did was absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious. Yeah.
That was really nice. He knew exactly. They just had the radar going on. They just knew where they were. But I think that connection between the small forwards also cost us a bit as well. You know, like if our small forwards connected the way that Brisbane small forwards do, and one of them got away, we win that game again.
Yeah, their smalls. They support each other on the lead really well.
Yeah.
Like McCarthy will mark it at half forward and he'll turn and go straight to Cameron on a lead.
Yeah.
You don't see Higo hitting Butler lace out or Butler hitting Higo lace out and supporting like that.
Yeah.
So they have two sort of separate games.
Yeah.
And I'm really worried about Higgins as well because there was a few times where he was on the lead and he takes he slows down and takes 3 big strides to get in a big jump. And some could say, you know, that's the ball going over his head and it's not a very good kick. But it's also not timing when your jump is. Like, he slows down and gets the big strides in and puts both arms up.
And then
a fist can just easily come over the top
because they close the gap. He's not a leading mark forward.
No, he's not. And I think that's probably a negative that has come to the St Kilda Football Club over the past 2 years since he has been there, is that we constantly try and hit him as a target.
Have we gotten a bit seduced, kind of like Kingy with Rui, Higo the new Milne? Have we kind of tried to fit that?
Yeah, but I think Milne, he was a better timer on his leads and he had better skills coming into him.
Milne was always chest mark.
It was always a chest mark.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Kicks were perfect to him.
Yeah, because you're coming from Del Santo Hayes.
Yeah, they were low.
Got hard.
Didn't need to put his hands up.
That's exactly
right.
That
makes a difference.
I think that...
How good was his move to get the 50?
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
That was so nice.
And then Leonard getting stuck into Zorko afterwards as well.
Yeah.
I love to say that I think the biggest thing for me on Saturday night was it looked like we cared.
Yeah.
We bloody cared.
We rocked up with intensity, and I was having a chat to Dino, and it would be good if we could play a team like Brisbane every week because they're niggly bastards and they brought the antisocial side of St Kilda that we see rarely.
Very rarely.
So if we can somehow, I guess, manufacture that intensity where we want to play like pricks. We want to be really uncomfortable to play against.
Yeah.
I think that should be a big focus in the pre-season and how we can let go of being too nice.
Yes.
Because that brings out that extra sort of competitive edge that we saw on Friday night.
And teams will crumble under that.
Yeah,
that's
what Sydney have been doing.
Brisbane did in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Geelong do it very well.
Yeah,
in their own
exactly.
way.
Yeah. Boys... it was such a sound game, and there was pretty much for me only one negative, and that was the goal kicking.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, every forward has that game or has a couple of games like that, and he's had a few this year. But Max King's kicking,
Yeah,
and you know, he's not to blame. I'll put that out there straight away.
Oh, yeah.
Max King is not to blame here.
Because he tried to better himself. He reached out to Lloydie.
Yep.
It wasn't Lloydie going, I noticed that you're
And
struggling.
He said no.
Yeah.
He went out there, and I'm glad to see that, since Ratton said, no, we're not going to do that. That was stupid by Rats to say that.
Stupid.
And the club has since backflipped.
Yeah.
But what at the time, and then again on Friday, I'm just like, in the off-season, players are able to go and see any personal trainer they want. They can go overseas and participate in, these US thingos and go to do boxing and just all these other things and play golf.
Yeah.
Surfing, all these other extracurricular activities that, it's not within the club's program. But to have to get permission to, refine a critical skill like goal kicking, the
one thing that you need to win a game of football. Yeah, that's the idea.
That's your craft as a key forward, is to mark it and kick it.
Yeah.
And to deny him at the time, I couldn't fathom it.
Oh, gobsmacked.
And I couldn't believe when Ratton doubled down again on Friday night.
Yeah.
But, well, and it's good because now they've said, okay, and I assume Kingy's going to have a pre-season with Lloydie.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I
and
reckon
then he comes back next. I'd love round 1 next year. I would love it. Even if it's just to take the piss, his line up for his first goal.
Yeah.
Throws the grass
in the air, and then that
pulls the socks up.
Pulls the socks up. That sends a signal to everyone watching that he's been working on his craft with one of the best goal kickers in the comp.
Yeah,
but
and good on Lloydie as well.
Yeah,
for believing in this kid.
Yeah,
we believe in him. Don't get me wrong. The club believes in him, but they believe in him too much. They believe he's the answer. He's not the answer. He might.
Yeah.
He's a piece of the puzzle, and he's a big piece of the puzzle.
Big piece, yeah.
He's a big piece of the puzzle, but you can't protect him. You cannot protect him. Sometimes you have to be a bit harsh on him. Sometimes you do have to, as a coach or, as a leader, be harsh.
Well,
but we can't because we've protected him so much and we've kept him in our corner.
Yeah, and ironically, it's gone against protecting him because
it's exactly right.
It's gone the other way. Yeah.
It's exactly right. So to see that Lloydie has put up his hand to volunteer and do it, not because he's he doesn't want to get paid for it.
He doesn't want to get the inside scoop.
He's just sick of talking about it.
He's just
like
sick.
all of us.
That's exactly right.
And he knows he can fix it.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. And he cares about Max King. He was his coach at Haileybury.
They're mates. Yeah.
It's exactly right. He's helping out a mate, and we love to see it. What I didn't love to see is that none of Max King's mates wanted to help him.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was referring to.
During the game.
Yeah. But no one, even at 3/4 time, all right, we're ahead.
Yeah.
He's missed a couple already. Crowd's already on him.
Yeah.
No one went up to him and just went up to him and put their arm around him and say, mate, you missed a few. It's all right.
Surely that's a job for Membry.
Absolutely,
it's a job for Membry. It's a job for Steele.
Any senior boys. If you're in the leadership group, you don't have to be captain. If you're vice captain, you're third in line for captaincy, whatever.
You
go up to King, you go, mate, we know you're the match winner. Yeah. We know you're going to be the difference in 30 minutes.
You know who we're missing there?
Forget those two.
You know who the one bloke is that would have done it? And done it... not Hanbury.
Bruce?
Straight away.
Bruce would have.
After he misses his 2 set shots.
No way. Not Bruce.
Nah, not Brucey. No way.
Matt Waller.
He'd be spilled
I can't believe you guys haven't seen this.
What?
Fucking Paddy Ryder would be getting around here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, Paddy Ryder would be getting...
100%.
Yeah, as soon as Max King takes that big mark at the top of the goal square, Paddy Ryder's there, just putting his hand in his chest and going, look, mate, just stop. Take your 30 seconds.
Yep.
You know what to do. You've done this week in, week out for the past 3 years.
Just normalise it.
You're the man. You can do this.
Take him from being in front of a packed 22,000
that's
on a
exactly
Friday
right.
night.
Oh, huge,
huge. To back to Linton Street.
Yeah.
You're having a shot just a training with the boys.
You're kicking it into the net.
Yep, kicking into the net.
Just even when he's taking the mark and he's lining up, tell him, take your full 30.
Yeah.
Don't rush it. He's doing it 10 seconds in, he's kicking it.
Paddy Ryder would have been able to identify what he was doing wrong with his kicking action as well.
Straight, yeah.
He would have gone up to him and gone, mate, don't lean back. Head over the ball. kick through.
Because to me, that watching the inaction from the teammates, it says two things that it could be: is one, leadership shit, or two, they know that King wouldn't respond well to someone coming up to him.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
They're scared to go up to him and say, mate, maybe try that, because they think that might hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
I don't think it'd be that.
Oh, no,
I just think it's inexperience.
Yeah.
I think it's still, and this is, we're paying for it. Steele came into the captaincy without essentially doing an apprenticeship. He was just the favourite for it. He was the on-ground leader.
Because he was hardly even in the leadership groups before, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't at all.
That was first time.
Yeah. It was the first time in the leadership group, and all of a sudden he's the captain. So, there's a lot of things that need to be taught to Steele that we should get someone in to talk to him about. Like, bet your bottom dollar. Like, I don't know if Rui would be the best person.
Well, if we get Lenny in...
I was going to say, you get Lenny in.
Lenny would go up to him.
Lenny would go up to him. But someone like I think the best captain for me over the past 10 years has been Scott Pendlebury.
Yeah.
Because he will deliberately sacrifice himself to bring other players who are low on confidence into a game of football. I remember seeing that Jaden Stevenson had like 2 touches for the game, kicked one out in the full, and kicked a point, and then he goes off, and then Pendlebury calls himself off to go to the bench and just come over and cool him down.
But what if Steele's not that type of player? What if he's not? What if
Then
he
we need
doesn't want
another
to be
captain.
captain?
Well, he doesn't want to be captain.
What if he got it because
He
he
just got
was the
voted in.
best player. He knew everyone loved him. They're all going
Yeah.
to vote for him. He said he wanted to be captain. But what if he was pressured into this a bit quickly?
Do you reckon
You gotta think
that's a
of it
bit of
like
a
that.
Travis Boak sort of situation
Absolutely.
from Port Adelaide, and then all of a sudden he stops being captain and starts playing fantastic
Exactly
footy
right.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, get him back to being just a gun mid.
But if you had to go, all right, Steele stands down from captaincy. Who is that captain?
I'd go Callum Wilkie. at
Yeah,
the
I'd
end.
just give it a Wilkie. Just
Yeah.
He speaks very well.
Yep.
He's assertive.
Yep.
He sees the full ground from where he is.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
He's good with the young kids. He's respected by everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's as clear as day, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go, you'd go straight to Cal Wilkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be
I agree.
amazing for a rookie that's never missed a game, leadership group, straight into captaincy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable story, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think we still need to do some improvements with Steele before, and that'll be Steele's decision, and he needs to put on the big boy boots and make the decision of whether he will be.
It's for him
Up to
because,
it,
like
yeah.
Robert Harvey, it wasn't for him.
No,
and
no.
he was pressured or he was lumped into a captaincy position.
Yeah.
And for a year or two, and it didn't sit well with him. And he told his teammates, he's like, "Yeah, that's rather someone
Yeah.
else do it."
Was
Yeah.
Nicky Dell in the leadership group at all? Like he was
I'm not too sure.
Like what? Nicky Dell was lucky because he was surrounded by Lenny and all these blokes and
Yeah.
Goddard.
Oh, his whole
But-
career he was surrounded by amazing
But
leaders.
if he
yeah.
wasn't, would like if he was in our team right now in peak form, would we be seduced by his form and be like, all right, he's captain because he's our best player? Same as Steele.
Yeah, I
You'd
think
probably
he's
be
a-
talking about him like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
See?
I think that maybe, like he was probably. I feel like that midfield was just so unbelievable because they were so vocal. You know,
Yeah.
they
They're
were
all chirpy.
They were all chirpy. Like that group was just nuts. So
Yeah.
and we're just lacking a player like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, talking about that group, talking about some good news from earlier in the week. If you haven't seen,
Yep.
looking very likely that Lenny Hayes will be coming to the club.
Ooh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
does he live? But does he live? He doesn't live
No,
in
he
Victoria.
lives in New South Wales. Still up there,
So
but
can we do? Can
we would have to relocate him.
can
and-
we do with a FIFO coach? Because I imagine he's probably not keen to move down. You reckon he'd be keen to
I
move
reckon he'd
down?
move down.
I reckon, yeah. He's got, I think, one boy.
Yeah, Hunter.
Hunter Hayes.
Hunter Hayes.
Oh, so good.
That
Yeah,
name
Hunter
gets,
Hayes.
that name gets the nipples, but he's straight as an arrow.
That's
though.
exactly right. Yeah.
And his
Hunter
wife.
Hayes.
So the
I was gonna
three
say,
of
and
them.
how old's Hunter now?
I reckon he's probably 6 or 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7. Get him around the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him in early. Breed him into it.
I saw just a quick like deviation. I saw Rewalt put up a Insta thing about one of his boys finishing up the Oz kick.
Yeah,
he's got the moves. Like
he does.
He did the spin around, a bit Nick Del Santo-esque, to be fair, and kicking a snag. So just something to. Oh, because
that was young James, wasn't it?
What's
was it Will? No, it was Will.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But like, what's our father-son history? I think it's just Bailey Rice, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's not much.
Sierakowski, maybe.
It's not much.
Yeah,
but that's not. Yeah, it's no Hawkins or Gary Ablett, but
that's because like we only had 300 gamer before Nathan Burke. I think it was that hit it first.
Yeah, and he had daughter. He had daughters, didn't he?
Yeah, he had daughters. Yeah. Who
play for us anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just as good, but before that we only had one 300 game player, which was Barry Breen, which just shows you we don't have a lot of players that play for a long time.
Yeah.
And we're pretty shit during the, 70s and 80s. So, shit footballers breed shit footballers.
There's been a couple recent examples of players just falling short of that 100-game sort of qualifying mark. Like Bowie and Noah Anderson. They'd be handy.
Is Anderson...
Yeah, Dean Anderson. Is it Dean Anderson?
Did he play for the Saints?
Yeah, he played for Saints and Hawks. Oh. So I'm not sure the ratio, but I think he was close for both clubs, maybe.
Yeah.
Still got Tyson Milne to keep our eyes on. Kicked a goal on the weekend.
Yeah.
How old's Tyson now?
Oh, he's
about 20.
20, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah,
he's been a shining light because... Yeah, Sandy, that's been really disappointing that the wheels have just completely fallen off, and they were sort of top four for a bit. Or
I was going to say that's because we started reaching into them.
It's exactly
we started pulling up numbers from Sandy, so that makes sense. As the injuries go on, that's just what happens. Like they don't have many AFL listed players playing for them at the moment, so like Bytel and Campbell are still in good form. Highmore's doing some good things, but
just back to the game quickly about a glass half full. I was one player that I've been really on the nose with, Zachy Jones. I thought he played well.
Yeah.
It was his style of game.
Yeah,
it was his style of game. Physically imposing, getting in the face, like he was getting stuck into Neil at one stage, and I was like, Jesus, like best bit of leadership I saw on the night. Jonesy was getting stuck into Neil, and Neil was going to get a 50 out of Jones or a free kick overturned, which would have been, a 12-point turnaround. Lean it came over to Jonesy and pulled him away.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just went, well done, Jonesy. You've done your job. Come on, mate. Let's go.
Don't need to be a leader.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's school teacher shit.
Yeah, true.
That is school teacher shit.
He's studying to be a teacher. Yeah. He is a teacher.
He's a qualified teacher. Yeah, he was about to get a job there, and we're like, nah. Took him. So, I loved seeing that from Lean. So, that puts him in for next week, definitely, and puts him on for another year for me.
Yeah.
And, he was still getting stuck into Neil while doing it too. So, just
let me do it.
Just, let me do it. You'll get carried away from one baldy to another. Alrighty, well, I think we've covered pretty much all we want to cover from the game. I mean, it was bitterly disappointing, and we wouldn't have been as concerned about this loss had we been another 2-3 wins, So
which is exactly what we should have been. Where we should have been at.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And who says if we don't win those 2-3 games that we don't win this one as well? So
even just one, just an Essendon game, or having the Essendon Port games, that puts us on 13 wins.
Yeah.
You're pretty much in.
And after seeing what Port did to Essendon on the weekend, you're just like...
Yeah, you see what Port did, you're like, how the fuck did we lose to Essendon?
Yep.
On Spud's game. On Spud's game. Are you serious?
Oh, let's not go back there. There's an episode for that. We can go back and listen to it.
But probably my highlight of the evening was the cameraman's work. It was really good. Like when he knew exactly what to do. Me and Dino were chatting about this, and he knew exactly what to do when Kingy was lining up, and he just capturing that fan's reaction into the seat, because that is exact. A picture says 1,000 words. I can imagine what a video does.
Yes,
and I'm like, that is exactly what. Yeah, that was me on the couch. I'm just throwing myself just to see him do it at the ground.
I was doing that the whole time. Waiting to hear the crowd. I'm like, oh, fuck, he's missed again.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know.
But he didn't hide from it. He kept leading.
Yeah, he kept going.
He kept getting going for the ball.
Yeah.
He could have just stayed in the goal square saying, I'm not coming at the ball anymore. I'm scared.
And,
He kept finding
or
it.
moved up the ground.
That's it, yeah, but he didn't.
I'd be interested to get your thoughts on the sort of some of the vitriol towards him online.
Oh, the comments. Oh, my God.
Because, I think...
Thick.
So a lot of them were trade him. He's a spud.
He's cost
shit.
us the game.
There
and
was
all
one
of that.
here. I was looking at it before the show, actually.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's gone. Someone compared... Oh, good. Windy got the rising star.
Oh, hey! Well deserved.
Windy!
Well deserved.
I get to post that now.
Yeah.
But someone was likening King's current career to Lindsay Thomas and basically saying Lindsay Thomas was better because he's kicked 10 goals in his career, but King
they're
hasn't
taking
yet.
a piss, yeah.
They're just trolls. It's just stupid. So don't do that.
I like the fact that after the game, St Kilda social media disallowed any comments with the words Max and King.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the comments. So if you
Really?
go to the
Should've done
comments
that.
of the
Can you do
photos,
that?
you can, absolutely, you can siphon it out. But what I love to see was the top comment. It was Caxming.
Because
they couldn't write Max or King, so they wrote Caxming.
Oh, God. Because, it's one day, every one of those people giving him shit,
Yeah.
you go to him, okay, we'll trade Max King. Would you accept 2 first-rounders for Max King?
Yeah.
No one's taking that.
No.
They go,
No.
fuck no, we're keeping him.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of the best. And just to things to be... I reckon if you took his tally of what his goals and behinds are...
Yeah.
At the start of the year, if you were to go to any saner out there and go, all right, this is the crystal ball for Max. He's going to play every game.
Yep.
This is what his tally's going to be.
Yep.
Would you take that? Fucking oath you would.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to kick 50 for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he should have had 5 on the weekend, but...
And
Is what it
once
is.
he gets his, he goes to see Mr. Miyagi,
Yeah.
works on it. When he
'Cause-
comes back, he's going to be unreal.
We've seen Angry Max King and what he's like. We've
Yeah.
seen him. Like when he
Yeah.
played against West Coast and when he played against Adelaide and he couldn't miss.
Yeah.
He's just not mentally there at the moment.
But thoughts on because I thought it was very Daniel Rich coming from Chris Fagan saying that the blocking aspect, in reference to sort of Windhager on Neil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did he say?
Basically that, it's not a good look on players shouldn't be allowed to be getting blocked off the ball.
Oh, whatever.
Things like that. The treatment Max King was copying in the goal square, it's borderline disgusting.
Disgusting. Yeah, absolutely.
They're all over him. They're whacking him. They're
Yeah.
getting in front of him.
Yeah.
And not one free kick.
Nah.
So that might be...
Shove it.
That should be a part of Maxi's development, is to go to the umpire, go, look, I'm not cracking the shits, but
Yeah.
having just a gentle word with him saying,
Yeah.
this is happening to me behind the ball every time. Can you just have a bit of a look, keep an eye on it?
Yeah.
Because all it takes is the umpires to pick it up once,
Yeah.
and then the players won't do it again.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it'll be heavily reduced.
Did
Yeah.
he get a free kick at all in the game?
Nah. Oh, not
I don't
that
think he
can
got one, did
remember.
he?
Oh, I can't remember.
All of his shots were marks.
marks, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
that was something that...
he's a bit submissive towards that side of things.
Yeah.
I think BT or one of the dickheads on the commentary box said that,
I would love to see him go back.
and that's kind of fair enough.
And I
but-
would say yes to that. I would
sure.
say, yeah, absolutely get stuck in.
Yeah.
The best player I ever saw at it was Nick Rewalt.
oh yeah,
He
did-
was great at getting free kicks. Like,
He just kind of, I don't know,
he'd make
he'd
noise.
pull his arms out
he'd
too, though.
he'd flail, he'd make
he'd
noise.
do all of that, but he'd also always go up to the umpire and say, "This is what's
Yeah.
happening to me."
Yeah,
Yes,
watch
exactly.
it. Just
Yeah.
keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
I'm not having a bitch, but that's that's against the rules.
Yeah. And then, of course, that whole tunnelling thing happened. And,
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have a break.
Yep. We'll
a
get
Kit
into
Kat.
some...
How I beat it in a scale of 1 to 10 is the junk mail.
It's not bad. It's a bit more in-depth, like future planning
Okay.
and analytical type
here we
stuff.
go.
So
Yeah.
they're going to be
Yeah.
some big ones.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I love it.
I like that. All right,
do it.
let's have a break, boys.
Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail.
A big dynamite on the dance floor.
Do you reckon?
I reckon. Yeah.
What, any particular clubs that we could get to play it? Any of
The
the
Bentley Social.
Bentley Social?
Jakey's Junk Mail at the Bentley Social next year.
Bit of perseverance.
Yeah.
I'm sure Joyce is a regular there, isn't he?
Oh, Purser, back in the day.
Back in the day?
Yeah, that was a great joint.
You're crafty with all the audio, digital, engineering. Can we get a Techers Jakey's Junk Mail?
Techers?
Like, a
Like a
house,
techno.
like something, how it goes. So,
Yeah, I reckon I can do it.
love it.
That's the intro. We're good to start? Or do you need to do your little voice?
Jakey's Junk Mail, let's go.
Took him a second to think of that one.
Yeah.
This one's from Tom. Probably missed it for this week, but what are your boys' thoughts on nabbing Stevie J as forward line coach next year from GWS?
totally.
Get him down.
Fuck oath.
Would love to add a bit of his see you next Tuesday attitude added into our coaching mix, plus what a lineup of having Enright, possibly
Yeah.
Lenny Hayes and Stevie J.
Oh, yeah.
Handling the
surely
three
Enright will
lines.
have a bit of pull with his mates because
Absolutely.
I'm so sick of the Hawthorn influence.
Oh,
yeah.
That hasn't worked thus
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
You
Get
like
sick.
that one?
Yeah, I do.
This one's from Daniel. Finishing 6th to 10th has been a killer for us the past few seasons, giving us the rough end of the fixture for the next year. Looks like we're going to finish 10th again, and 2023 won't be any different. Look what happened to Essendon this season after getting their hard draw, so look out for them and Port next season getting the easier side of the draw. Do you think that'll be something we need to worry about?
I don't know,
in
the worst
fixture?
thing is like we had a harder draw than Essendon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the hardest. We
We're the hardest in the.
It doesn't
in the
matter
comp.
if we finish second last. For some reason, we still cop the
shit end of the stick, yeah.
Maybe the reverse bias of no longer Gillon McLaughlin being involved. I reckon that might influence our fixturing going forward. I think we
Please.
might get a bit more of an even kill.
That can be
Yeah.
his parting gift to us.
Yeah, give us a good fixture, you dog. Are you a saner or not?
Yeah.
Prove it, mate.
This is what we do for
Is
each
it all
other.
rumours? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. This one's from Liam. Hey guys, love your pod. Has filled a void of Saints content in my life.
On your
Not
lethal.
sure if this is the right method to submit, but here it is. Do you think there is any merit in giving King the occasional stint in the ruck? His form hasn't been great lately, and I think his groundwork is good enough for time in the middle. We saw how Jackson changed the grand final last year. Why couldn't King do something similar? It comes with injury risk, of course, but he rucks in the forward line forever, and we can't protect him forever.
I can't remember who said it, but it was a classic coach line. It could have been Barassi or someone like that. You don't send a Ferrari out to plough a field. It's not their design.
Yeah.
Your forwards need to be silky. Your forwards need to be you
never saw Rui
the
really
last
in
chain.
the ruck, did
No,
you?
exactly. Yeah, maybe when he was younger, we used to try it. I think a little bit when he was playing off a half back and he'd chop out. But different ruck game now.
I think if you had multiple Kings, like
Yeah. I don't even-
if you had three Kings, you definitely would do it because
Yeah.
you can, I don't know, be a bit more risky with that. But you look at
Yeah.
all the knee injuries that go out
Yeah.
with it, Kings history. Nah.
I was going to say as well, also wears you out and puts you off your goal kicking. So, I don't know. King's goal kicking hasn't been that great recently, and we've been putting him in the ruck in the forward line. So,
I
I
couldn't
don't want to see him
imagine.
in the ruck next week.
It would make me cringe every time there's a bounce in the middle of the ground.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
where
absolutely.
like I'm going to be watching the other ruckman's knee and seeing where it goes. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, good, he missed him there.
Well, that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And
Just
it's not a
stress.
natural position for you. Like whereas Marshall, he's clearly grown up playing
Yeah.
a lot in the ruck. It's a skill set to know how to do it. So,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. This one's from Wiskin. Hey lads, one for JJ. Marshy has mentioned a few times how he would like to see us break the bank to bring in Taranto,
Yeah.
but I can't see the logic.
Why not?
He's obviously a Jet, but I worry that he's too similar to our current mid-brigade in Steele, Crouch and Ross.
Turn it up.
In that he's a bit... Let him have his view.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what-
I'm just going with him. Like he's on the couch with
In
me.
that he's a bit on the slower side, isn't elite by foot, and is more of a contested player. I think we should prioritise skill and leadership this trade period, and would prefer to target someone like Amon from Port. Also, wouldn't be against
yeah,
bringing in a good
Poconos.
leader like Heppel for 2 years. What are your thoughts?
Lethal. You're taking the P155. Here, Heppel. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. But
No, no Taranto. He doesn't want
If you hadn't
Taranto.
lost Marshy with your first statement, like,
He's gone.
You've sent him overseas with this one.
Whiskin, mate. Whiskin.
I'd rather
Whisking
take-
it for the biscuit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was whiskey business.
Yeah. Whiskey
Taranto,
marshy
like,
brains.
he's good, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he's fucking great. And he can go forward and kick goals as well, which is something that...
Cam
We
Rayner
don't-
style.
Cam Rayner style. Yeah, spot on. But...
Best and fairest in their best year in the competition,
Yeah,
like 2019.
But can I say, like, I've almost put Carl Amon on the bus
Yeah.
away from St Kilda.
Yeah.
It would be repeating history bringing him in. It'd be another Hill situation. Like, we don't need another soft winger.
But he's not soft.
Eamon?
I've really followed Eamon since pretty much last year when
Yeah.
it was touted that we were sort of in his ear, and yeah, leading up to now.
Yeah.
I've watched him pretty closely in the Port games. He's not soft.
No? Okay.
I think he got dropped because there was a query about his sort of defensive application. But since then, he's a man possessed.
Okay.
Look, I've got his stats here for you, just to prove it.
Yep.
Round 1, 6 tackles. Round 2, 6 tackles. Round 3, 8 tackles.
That's huge.
4
Yeah.
tackles, 10 tackles, 4.
Okay.
He had the 1 there, but he's got 4 again, 4 again.
Okay, I'll get it. I'll
You
shut
know
the
what
fuck
I mean?
up. I'm wrong.
He's had 10 tackles 3 times this year.
That's huge.
That's more than
That's huge for a winger.
That's decent for a winger.
So, but unfortunately, it seems all the tea leaves are suggesting that he's going to Hawthorn or
Yeah.
he doesn't want to come to work with mum.
Yeah.
But if Carl Amon is listening, I work with my mum, Mama Bear Colleen, and I can say it is very, very lovely. It's not awkward. Once you get the messaging across to your colleagues that it's Colleen, not your mum,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
So
I was
don't
gonna
let
say,
that put you off, Carl.
I don't know if she's if she's anything like my mum loves to bully me
Yeah.
and loves to take the piss and make me look stupid at any point possible. So
what's your weak spot? She reckons, like, what does she come after?
oh
you
no,
about?
she'll go at anything.
Yeah.
But like that's why I was bred sort of not to take anything too seriously, like take it all with a grain of salt, because like I was just bullied in my house.
Like, give us a classic Mama Joyce whack.
Oh, okay. So back in prep, so it would have been my first year first year of school, or maybe it was in grade 1. They said to write something down that you don't like, that makes you upset, and every morning when I'd get out of the shower. Like, my dad used to comb his hair sideways. So I used to comb my hair sideways as well, but I'd do it all the way across from everywhere. And she came up with a nickname for me. And she'd say it all the time. And looking back on it, it's fucking funny. And I said... and this went to my teacher, and she got called up to the school.
You're kidding.
To come to the teacher, and she was like, oh, "Okay, so Matt's written this down as something that he doesn't like. Like, maybe we just need to talk about this and just clear the air." And I wrote down, "I don't like it when my mum calls me dork features."
Dork features.
I feel like Joyce, you should be on the couch, Jake. You mean you can go sit
Yeah,
over
I'll just
there.
lie down on the couch. Yeah, she used to. Oh, I'm spinning. Oh no, she used to call me dork features.
Dog features. Oh, that's
Bloody
a good
hell.
sledge. Haven't heard that one for a while.
Yeah, it's a ripper. So yeah, I grew up with a mum that sledged me. So yeah. I was going to say, if it's the same sort of scenario, it's going to be tough. Like, if you've got a mum that's
Great
sledging
game,
you,
dog features.
She'll use that now.
yeah,
She'll probably pick that up and use it anyway.
yeah. I was going to say, imagine having 40 blokes on the list, like hearing that and having your reaction. Like,
Yeah, you're done.
it's just you're over.
Yeah, hands, dog features, hands. True.
Oh,
All right, we
Brilliant.
digress.
Nah, well,
Sorry.
speaking of mums, just a quick little shout out. It's Mum's birthday. So
Hey, Mama Batoni.
she'll be listening maybe tomorrow. But yeah, love your mum and hope you're having a great day. So
Ah,
good on
very
you,
nice.
Mum.
little birthday there for
It's a good way
Maria.
to wrap things up.
This one's for Darcy. Hey boys, more of a statement than a question. Max King is a star, and I think as fans we put too much pressure on our 22-year-old leading goal kicker. Strength through loyalty, not strength through writing nasty comments on social media. Thoughts?
Couldn't have said it better. Footy is Quo Fidelius, boys
That's
Yep.
it.
and girls.
Yep. This one's from Tommy Parker. G'day, boys. Thanks for putting up the fight this season while we all rode this roller coaster. Feels like we're the only men on the front line kind of fighting a losing war.
Just really quickly, I'm sorry. I know you want to get home to your chicken soup, Jakey.
Yeah.
Don't bring it up again.
You've got the skills to pay the bills. I would love to see like a video of like a roller coaster where that bloke from the game just flopping into his seat. If he could somehow maneuver that,
Put him in a roller coaster.
Yeah, like, that would be too funny, I reckon. But yeah, sorry, as you
Do
were.
a shooting star with him.
Oh, yeah. He's just... Oh, God.
Yeah, true.
He says, yeah,
That's
g'day,
something for the
boys.
sad saner, I reckon.
Yeah, he'll definitely the sad
that was
I'll
a
be
funny
listening.
video. You did.
In light of the season being done now, what's your dream lineup versus the Swans? I'd like to play as much youth as possible against a powerful young side as Sydney. Show them what the standard for young footballers is. Mine would be, I'll skip over the usual and I'll go with the youngsters he's put in. Connolly at halfback. He's got Burns on a wing. That'd be a last hurrah for Burns,
Yeah.
the way his season's gone. You got Windy, obviously, and Owens at half forward. Sharman full forward. No King in the lineup.
Oh,
That's a bit.
He's a youngster.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah.
He's our best youngster.
Everyone forgets he's only like 21.
yeah.
And then you've got obviously Hunter Clark on the bench, and then he reckons Zohar, King, and Taranto in the off season.
I'd love Zohar.
I keep forgetting about Zohar.
Is he
but-
out of contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you don't get, if you, you're looking at Tagoa, you got to look at Zohar. don't you?
I'd take Zohar over the
yeah.
oh,
Yeah, you
any
would.
day of the week. He's a good character and,
And
he's
talk about
good footballer.
mean, unsociable football.
Yeah.
That's who you
And
want.
if he wants to play midfield, I don't know what his aspirations are, but
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
He is. You know, Cam Rayner. He is
Yeah.
that type.
yeah, an
Yeah.
absolute bully.
Yeah.
But we
He's
did
like
talk
Mav
ab-
Weller,
Yeah,
but what we thought Mav Weller was going to be. You
he's
know?
like 2016 Mav.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good Mav.
Yeah.
But
Maverick.
just quickly, I've really
Gun.
Stop bringing up Top Gun.
I really
I
like
watched on the
Sharman
weekend.
in the back line.
Hey?
Yeah.
I like Sharman in the back line.
Yeah.
He's smooth.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
His dad's a top bloke too.
Smooth upper
Yeah.
leader.
Came up to me pre-game
Oh, that's right, yeah.
at the Hoff downtown. I was in there.
Yeah.
And
And he came up to you, patted you on the shoulder, and
He's
said,
like, "Here's your son."
Yeah.
Nah. Funnily enough, I was talking to Jess afterwards, and she thought that every time I mentioned Cooper, and it was Cooper Sharman, it was Cooper Gresh. It was like she thought they were the same person. Like, nah, it's unfortunately not.
Nah.
But yeah, top bloke, and he just loves that his son's getting a game. I kind of pressed whether he. Like, do you know whether he likes playing forward or back a
Yeah.
bit more? And he's like, he played it well. Like the media was asking him. He's
He's
like,
just happy to play
just
where
happy to
he
play a
wants.
game, mate.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, just wanted to get a story there, but it's okay.
Get a scoop.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
But if Brightel doesn't come in for Crouch, because Crouch is obviously out, then surely he's not going around. Because that's what one of the things you get to see. It's always interesting leading into the last game of the year.
yeah.
Who's going to be there and who's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Bytel doesn't get picked, you're thinking he's.
And you think probably
Thanks,
Leo
okay.
Connolly as well.
Yeah.
So,
But it's annoying because a year ago we played Fremantle, if we all remember.
Yeah.
And Bytel had a he kicked 2 goals.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
him in the
He had-
Sharman.
He was so
Yeah.
good with Sharman.
Yeah.
And you're like, great, he'll have a big 2022.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened. Now the repeat again. He has to have a big last game if he gets picked.
Yeah.
Is
like-
that the lure for Zerha?
What?
Bit of a Bytel and pick duo.
Give them another mid with Horn Francis maybe on the out.
Yeah.
Could fill the void.
Yeah.
Give
This,
Mason Wood back.
nah,
we
nah,
keep it,
nah.
we
That's
keep
2
it.
first rounders for Wood
Not
now.
mahogany.
Yeah, it's not Mahogany. Nah, he's good.
This is from Cam. Had a guy sitting behind me at the game that sounded exactly like Robbo. Could we get Joycey to do an impersonation of Robbo?
I don't think I've done Robbo all year.
As a
No, you haven't.
disgruntled / passionate Saints fan.
Let me just finish my beer.
Yeah, maybe just call it when like King's going up for the mark. He's marked a delicious
Oh, the
pack
pack mark, and
Yeah,
then
the
he
pack
takes the
mark,
kick.
and then
Oh, you want me to call it, or do you
No,
want me to
just your
you're the-
reaction.
you're the-
as if he's
you-
watching it in the stands.
the ball's coming in.
Ball's coming in. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I know. I saw this kid in his first year, Jared, and I thought,
Jared's not there.
There's something about this kid. There's something about this kid that's just so special, and believe the hype, Jared. Believe the hype is what I'm saying. That's what I know you're thinking about. That's what I'm saying. So believe the hype. Here it comes. Yeah, another. Oh, fuck me dead. Oh, Jesus. I put 10k on that. Oh, had him for 4 or more, and he's kicked. What? How many now? What day is it?
Too much.
That's good.
I wonder if he sits at home and he just chats to Jared, but Jared's not there.
You reckon there's a lot of blue messages?
No, I'm serious. He's sitting on the couch and he's saying that, but Jared's not. He's in his home.
How good's that, Jared?
Oh, you just right. I'm at home.
But I reckon that's the same. I reckon Jared cops like maybe it wakes up in the morning to about 20 different texts from Robbo.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of blue text going on and not many replies in
At 2
Robbo's
a.m.,
phone.
3 a.m. You're like, getting any sleep, Robbo?
Yeah. You up? I've heard rumours.
2:34 a.m. This one's from Lewis. The other night, Joey Montagna mentioned trading out some stars to do a mini rebuild like Port did when they got Butters and Rose and whatnot. If we did, what players would you guys be willing to trade out that have some currency? Would you trade out, say, a Zachy Jones, a Brad Hill? Who would you trade out?
Oh, I reckon it's
if you're doing a Port.
If you're doing a Port, and so our wind guard at a stretch would probably be Billings.
I was going to say Billings, or it'd be a Ross. Ross would have some currency after a good year.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon Sharman would have currency.
But he's still young as well.
He's still young.
Yeah.
But that's also the lure of, he's established. He can play forward or back.
Yeah, maybe a Jonesy. Who else? Hill's an interesting one, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's an interesting one with Hilly.
On the weekend.
Yeah.
Got creamed in the comments again.
Yeah.
He's
just a quick jump back. But Ben Long, we didn't talk about Ben Long's game.
Oh, of course.
The specky, the tackle.
Oh, he was unreal.
Pressure.
I thought that was one of his best games.
Yeah. He was throwing himself at everything.
And how he just crunched Rich. That was so good.
Yeah. He's probably the hardest man to get winded in the AFL.
Yeah.
You wouldn't trade him.
Benny Long, no.
Oh, no.
He's the heart.
I'm worried that we still haven't re-signed him.
Yeah.
I reckon we wait until
Essendon with Clarko will come knocking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently not happening.
Maybe to answer that question, if he's not happy at St Kilda, Ben Long, his currency's gone through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. This one's from Stephanie. Hey, Jake, one for Junk Mail. With another season probably failing by the wayside, when and where are our drivers of success going to come from? We've tried coach changes, big trade periods, conducted an internal review last year, bringing successful people to the club but to no avail. Do we truly have the right ethos at the club? We often ask which players are just playing for a check, but I think the same can be asked of everyone behind the scenes. Is our club also being used as a way to stay in the AFL industry without the pressure? I always hear Rats say we're confident in the people and processes we have in place. This is great. When does that confidence become ignorance? Or is it we have a club full of precious people who want their egos stroked and pat on the back instead of pressure and scrutiny?
It's a fair call.
When does it become ignorance?
Goes to Ratton again. Really silly comment from him. Saying
Ignorant comment,
saying that we've got the people there helping out King. No, we don't.
We don't. We don't have anyone helping our bloody forward line at the moment. So,
and I think it's Brendan Lade. He's a great man. He's well respected at the club, but I think probably needs a change of scenery.
Yeah.
And so we saw that with Ben McGlynn. He's been there for a long time. He's gone. So I think once we've completed the coaching box, once that's been fully rebuilt, I think we're about maybe halfway.
Yeah.
Once that's fully rebuilt, then we've got no excuses.
Yeah.
So it's a massive off season we've got coming up.
Huge.
And if we can get Lenny in, that Lenny, Enright, you know,
Stevie
we've got
J.
Radden. Radden's going nowhere, and I think he's all right. I think he's all right. It's what's around him, because
It needs to be. Otherwise, he's not, you know.
We're hoping it's not him.
There's one of two things.
Hoping.
That's one of two things.
Because you look at all the successful clubs and all the coaches in the competition, they've come from apprenticeships from successful clubs.
Yeah.
Rarely do they come from shit clubs as an assistant.
Yeah.
So at the moment, out of our assistant coaching panel, who would you say has got the standing to become a head coach? No one.
None.
So I think that says a lot.
Yeah.
Yep, spot on. This is from Anthony. Why are we still using the marching band? The whole vibe on Friday, walking into Marvel, felt like I was going to a West End show. It was so quiet.
Yeah.
And positives for the season has to be three young ballers and Jack Hayes. What are your positives for the season?
Jack Hayes.
Yeah, we miss him.
Well, I think we're going to be much better in the forward line when he's
Oh,
there.
much better. We are missing that big
Yes.
centre
And
half forward.
he's ironically, he would be one of the ones going up to Kingy. You'd
Yes,
imagine.
yeah,
So,
he would,
yeah.
You know, take your time, all
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
I was also
marching
gonna
band
say-
stinks. It stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we've been doing it for years.
Have we?
Yeah. Because it's always on. Because we'd always rock up to the game late from the pub.
Yeah.
And when they do the surveys, they're like, "What do you think of the marching band?" I'm like, "What fucking marching band?"
Yeah.
But yeah, it's stale.
Yeah.
Like, it's Friday night. It's St Kilda. We've got the Matty Joyces of the world. We've got St Kilda is a music sort of, you know.
There's a way to hype up a crowd
Yeah.
without pissing off the oldies.
That's right, and like, you know, just have, as you're walking into the ground, have a DJ outside, just
Yeah.
be pumping some tunes. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the buskers might not be too happy about that, but
I was going to say, I'm going to get to the club and try and work my way in there, because I went to the social club before the game.
Oh, yeah.
And I have done for the past 2 occasions, and it has been pretty poor.
Oh, it's grim in there.
It is
never been.
very grim.
so shit.
Yeah.
It's
Is that the area we got the coffee from that time in there?
No, it's like on level 1. No, like it's at the ground, like the victory room.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's not what it used to be. The
No.
social club used to be stage setup, microphones, former players at every single home game
Yeah.
coming up and having a chat.
And you'd even get players who've played.
Walking around.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I want to say I will give them an out because of COVID,
Yeah.
but there needs to be a change next year.
Yeah.
And it's
Bring some vibrancy, because they send a thing out to me saying, you know, complimentary, or not complimentary, but a $10 guest pass. I'm like, fucking, what for? Like, to go into a stale room full of Saners, like, you can go to a non-stale room full of Saners.
It's not a social club. You don't really
social. You can go to the pubs around.
Yeah.
Make it appealing, because it's.
I was going to say,
just
you don't
another
really
room.
meet any new Saners in there. It's not a social club. It's like you sit in your groups.
Yeah.
And you get a meal and whatever. But the ideas behind it for me would be you come in and there's round tables everywhere of about 8 to 10 seats.
Yeah.
And then they've got the bar stool, like the bar tables and everything like that, where there's about 3 stools around them. But have it random.
Yeah.
It's like you come in groups of 4 or groups of 5. You get sat on a table, and then whoever's curating on the night or is helping out puts you on that table with people that you don't know. You know, start to connect with the club. Start to do what we've done here at Saints TV, and bring people together.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, because that's what happens at the Bentley Social. That's what we do at the Bentley Social. That's what it's about. It's about bringing Saints
wherever you
together.
can get a seat.
Yeah, that's exactly
go
right.
there.
So I feel like the Saints' home games should be the same.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, we make sure that we're going around and we're talking to tables and Like, we're making sure we get to know everyone in there because everyone has great Saints stories and, like, you know, they wear a bit of
all of
merchandise
them.
and you go, geez, that's fucking cool. Where'd you get that from?
The
You
best
know?
people to speak to are Saints people because, like,
Yeah.
you get that the highlight for me and is like going to say Platform 28 because there's just a whole bunch of Sainers in there. It's
Yeah.
fucking packed, and so you can't, if you're rolling in with the crew, you can't sit all together. So
Yeah.
you're just mingling.
Yeah,
And
it's exactly
you're
right.
just chatting shit like
Yeah.
Saints footy. For me, that's the highlight of the
It
games.
is. Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that they can't do that at the social club, where it's just a sterile,
Yeah.
it's just not fun. And
Yeah.
that's the key word. It needs to be fun, and they don't make it fun.
Nah, they need to get the pre-game stuff sorted.
Yeah.
They need to. Like it's
Yeah.
not. I'm not being picky. It's the worst in the AFL.
Easily.
It's the worst in the
shocking.
AFL.
It's not an event.
The MC reading out the plays as they pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
And I've said, how many times have I said this? The Peking duck, they play it over the back.
Yeah.
They mute it now. And he's number 4, number 5, make some noise, and it's dead. And you're like, pump the music.
Yes.
Because
Or-
like you go to the Melbourne Storm game and they
Yes.
do that. They're playing Thunderstruck or you know,
That's
something
it.
like that, and it's
Yeah.
just like revving them up. They're like,
Yeah.
number 9, Brandon Smith.
Yeah, so why
and
isn't
music,
this-
you can
Yeah.
hear it, can't
Yeah.
you?
Exactly.
Why isn't this happening to you two during Day the Saints are
That's
coming?
it.
Yeah.
Well, I want them when the boys are about to run out
Yes.
with the banner. Get the,
And
the
led
smoke.
by your captain,
Yeah, where's the
Jack
smoke?
Get
Steele.
the smoke, turn the lights down,
Yeah.
point red lights at the tunnel, and have us fucking run out with Saints are coming.
100%.
Like,
Make
that's
it
how
an
you do
occasion.
it.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
rock show. Make it a rock show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll rev up the boys. Like, the boys run out. It's dead atmosphere.
That's exactly right.
We need to somehow rev them up.
Yeah.
I've said this so many times. We are
Especially when they're running out
big
on a
part of it.
Friday night.
Yes.
They
to
know
a
their
crowd
season's
that
on the
is
line.
outweighed by Brisbane supporters.
We spotted it. The cheer squad, I said before the game, and you said it was because people were at the banner. People went and sat down anyway afterwards.
Yeah.
It was still dead, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Like,
disappointing.
Yeah.
Cheer
Like,
squad was questionable.
Well,
I did a bit of a Kramer there.
yeah.
Jerry,
no.
it was-
And like, I don't know.
I'm out.
You know, unfortunately, footy, if you're not winning, you're not getting the crowds.
Yeah.
And if you're not at the very least, and that's what goes back to this, why it's so critical, is that if we're not winning, at
still
least
need atmosphere.
at least have a fun
That's
atmosphere.
it. That's it.
so that you go,
Exactly.
okay, I'm getting an outing out of this.
Spot
Yeah.
on.
Footy,
Yeah, exactly. It's an
Footy should
experience.
almost become, their goal should be to try and make footy secondary.
Yes,
And
yeah.
everyone will be
absolutely.
happy.
Well, the footy's not their job. That's up to the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything
That's up to
else.
the boys.
There's
Yeah.
people
Get
out
the
there getting paid
music.
good money
Yeah.
that their job is to create an atmosphere.
Yeah.
And, you know, we get a lot of pushback from the AFL, but at the end of the day, it's our home ground.
That's exactly right.
And
And they got the big giant screens now. All the
Yeah.
clubs are like, great, we can't wait to use this stuff.
It's like, what
They're
for?
not doing anything with it. They're just
Yeah.
putting up normal shit that we see on the other screens.
Yeah. And I
Utilise
walked into
it.
the social club and they have, 4 massive TV screens around
Yeah.
with nothing on.
Nothing
They
on.
chucked on Channel 7 as soon as the coverage started. And we got to see highlights of the 2004 match where Troy Schwartz
Yeah, I
kicks the
saw
goal.
that. Yeah.
Why not have the fucking game on?
Yeah.
Why
In
not?
the background?
Why not have it on in the background?
Yeah.
You're the St Kilda
That's a
Football Club. You have the
conversation
right
starter
to
because
this
you'd be
footage.
like, oh, yeah, I remember Stephen Powell.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
And some of the boys will be.
player. Yeah, he was a
You
good
get
player.
some of the boys up on stage that played in the game to
Yeah.
chat about it
That's
because
it.
a lot of people at the social club are old people, right?
And speaking of, Troy Schwartz was there. He was at the game.
he was there. Milne was
Get him in
there.
the
Cozzy
room.
was there.
Yeah.
Get them in the room.
Yeah. get
Why
him in the
weren't
room.
they at the social club? It's not. It's not what it was. I'm
Yeah.
very
And the
off it.
audacity for them to say, oh, give us $10. What for? Oh,
$10 and you get entered in
Well,
the raffle.
Yeah.
You get 2 raffle
I'm like,
tickets.
yeah, look, I get that money, that a bit more of the money goes directly to the club.
Yeah.
But at what point do we as supporters get a little bit more?
That's
than-
exactly
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
and
happy
that-
to give, aren't we?
Yeah.
But you got to have a bit of get too.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. And there's no entertainment going on.
Nothing.
There's no music in
Get
there.
Matty Joyce there.
That's what I said. I was like, there's a PA system just sitting there waiting to be sung
Get
through.
Matty Joyce to come out and play some tunes.
And then MCs and everything like that.
He'd be a great MC.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's like, this is what I need to propose to the club. Let's start.
This is the proposal.
This is
This
the
is a-
proposal. Let's start the mission now. Let's start it now.
Pre-game entertainment,
So-
the full revamp.
Yeah.
The
That's
pe-
what we're
the
we're
people's
leading.
choice and the voice
The Matty Joyce.
The
Matty Joyce.
Yeah.
That's how I got the school captaincy. It's just a good campaign.
That is a good campaign. All right, listeners, you just need to send the club an email. Say, get Matty Joyce involved as the MC.
And you know what?
It's a big summer of campaigning for it. I reckon we can get it done.
Give me the first half of the year. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
And if you like it, you can sign me on.
He's Matty Lloyd, isn't he? 2.0.
Yeah,
With
well,
the music.
that's the thing. I'm here for the club.
it.
External help. They said they wanted external help.
We've got it already sorted.
We've got a
mate.
department we've got an events department.
Breaking
for that.
news, Tom
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Well, get us all in too. If anyone at St Kilda's listening, all three of us, we want to talk about pre-game entertainment next year.
Yeah.
We want to get Marvel rocking, don't we?
100%. 100%.
it's going to be concise.
Yeah.
That's it.
We've got
Concise, precise.
And
Joyce.
one thing that I reckon would be cool is get the crowd to sing the song, because they tried to do it with the Tottenham Spurs. I think it was Spurs.
Shit club.
Fucking knock.
Yeah, so you get a past player, someone to come out and just lead off with a knock.
Yeah.
And then get the crowd to sing the song, and then once that's finished, then the boys run
That
out
is
to
the
their
biggest
song.
missed opportunity since Amanda.
Who's Amanda?
No, TikTok. I've got no name.
Oh yeah, Amber.
Amber. Sorry.
Oh yeah, get her to do it. She's a TikTok star.
Since that happened on TikTok, we have missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, completely missed an opportunity and gone, oh shit, we're known for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it pisses off other teams. It pisses them off. It puts them in a foul mood.
Oh yeah. So we should campaign for Amber to lead off the knock before a game.
They do a big
Totally.
knock before the boys run out.
Yeah.
Get everyone up
Oh
and about.
yeah, nah. So it needs to be the crowd sing it.
Yeah.
So do that.
Yeah, it needs to be knock, and then
Yeah.
everyone goes,
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And then Amber comes in on suspenders on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Did I hear a knock?
Yeah, true. Yeah, there you
Bit
go.
of Freddie Mercury. Yeah, very good.
Alright, so
All right, we're going to wrap this one up, boys.
Yeah, we do have to wrap it up.
fair
Anyway,
15-minute
the
answer.
Sydney Swans.
Yeah, let's
last
get
game
that
of
was
the
junk
year.
mail. Thanks everyone.
Thank you so much.
Let's do a preview
We're going
now.
well over time. A
Yeah.
very, very quick preview. 5-minute preview of the
yeah,
game.
let's do it.
I think the only way that we're going to stop the Swannies is to choke them. And it's not something that we've done this year very well. We did it well against Brisbane.
Yeah.
We did.
Well, the Swannies though, bloody hell.
They've got a couple more engines, don't they?
They are playing
Premiership footy.
Premiership football.
they are.
Them and Geelong are the two for me at the moment that are
absolutely.
absolutely flying.
I called it 3 weeks ago. I was like, as soon as I saw Sydney come together and Chad Warner pop up as that young superstar coming through, I was like,
Oh no.
fuck. Like, those guys finished 16th in 2020.
I know.
Isn't that nuts? We spanked them.
That's
And
nuts.
it's almost gone past the point where you can't really they get academy players. No, anyone they bring in through the doors is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Look
make
what they've
them
done to
good.
Paddy McCartan.
Oh, they've just got they've got an amazing
As if
system.
we didn't
Even
get compo
Sam
for
Reed.
that.
Sam Reed's doing the job for them every week.
Yeah.
Does his
he's
job,
a
no
workhorse,
problem.
that boy. Yeah.
One of the first picked.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Tom Hickey, great player, great
Yep.
ruckman.
Yeah, Paddy McCartan and Tom Hickey, I think, are about to play in a premiership.
Yeah, they're going to get very close if they don't win.
Or they're going to play in a grand final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just outrageous.
Yeah, if Paddy McCartan wins a flag, I mean, I'm going to be so happy for him.
Yeah.
But also secretly,
Oh, it's
really,
just the same
really
shit over and
sad.
over
It's
again.
only
though.
human to watch that and go, why not us?
and you look at
Oh,
Sydney,
well, yeah.
You look at Sydney and you're like, yeah, they finished 16th in 2020. They bit the bullet, got the youngsters in,
Yeah.
dropped off a cliff. But they knew when those youngsters got a bit more experience, they're going to boost straight
And
up
they
the
brought
ladder.
in skill.
Yeah, but we
And
we just
they were laughing. They got rid of Hanbury. Go, honey, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet
Oh,
as.
this is all playing to plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 We all make fun of them with Buddy's contract, but so what?
Zachy
Like,
Jones, we can't see you in our midfield. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah.
later.
Yep.
They're very selective with who they let go.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, the Jakey's junk mail question, are you happy to let go? Port Adelaide style rebuild. It's a Sydney style rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And they're just so competitive. Like, since 2004.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finals every year, bar one or two.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Just nuts.
Yeah.
Just
Two
nuts.
flags.
So,
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
a very, very good team, and they're playing close to the most exciting football in the comp.
yeah, that's exactly right. So,
They're going to be hard to beat.
anyway, regardless.
Yeah, but like back to the game itself, I always find that the last game of the year, especially as a Sainer. We've got finals isn't on the menu.
Yeah.
So let's just park that right there.
Yeah.
To me, it's always it's a bittersweet game to go to because it's going to be your last men's game until April rolls around or whatever it is, and I kind of see it as sort of like a wake, like a celebration. Like we had our morning after the weekend. We're in morning now.
Yeah.
So by the time Sunday, are we 4:40?
Yeah.
That's
what
our
a fitting time to end our year.
That's our time to shine. So by the time Sunday 4:40 rolls around, we're it's a wake. We're celebrating the season that was. We're celebrating the Windies, the Narses, the Owens, all the things we were just talking about.
Yeah.
We're celebrating that. We're parking, just not making the finals. We've accepted that.
Yeah.
And it's 4:40. The crowd was shit. It's been shit for most of the year. Let's be fair. There is no excuses, I think, because one of the worst comments I saw online was some bloke saying that, we're not happy with it. If you're not happy with the club's regime, boycott buying memberships, things like that. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just downright stupid.
Yeah, don't worry. The media boycott us enough. We
don't need the fans doing it.
Yeah,
do we?
that's exactly
That's
right.
right. So these games, it's Sunday 4:40. The kids aren't going to. The kids should be able to go. Everyone should be able to make it.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Go there and just support the boys. And I'm getting back there.
Yeah.
So I'm making a return because, for me, not being able to go to the footy since the Carlton game because of Little Tilly and whatnot. For me, it makes you really appreciate being able to go to the footy.
Yeah.
So for people that just choose to not go because we're gonna lose. So what?
There'll be a lot of South Melbourne representing there too. So
100%.
They always do. They always get up.
They
and about.
do.
Absolutely.
We got to match it.
That's it.
We can't have 2 weeks in a row against interstate clubs where we're outnumbered.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That's an all-time, and we're talking about reaching 60,000 members and everything.
Yeah.
Because it
the point?
seems like that people just want to piss and moan online, going, we accept mediocrity, blah blah blah. But 70% of them aren't even going to games, and they can go to games.
Yeah, no shit. It's like having 1 million Instagram followers and then
And you get 2 likes on a post.
getting 2 likes on the post.
You're buying fake followers from some
That's
factory
exactly right.
somewhere. Yeah.
So
get down to the footy Sainers and let's celebrate.
Let's back if Kingy's he's going to play. Let's back him in. Let's get
feed
him 5.
in.
Let's give him something.
I want 10.
Just kick.
I want
Just
10.
constantly kick it to him.
Yeah.
You know?
So the absurd maths for us to make the finals.
Yeah.
What did you say? It's like 150.
So we need
point
first of all
turnaround?
we need the Dogs to obviously lose.
Yeah.
Who they got this week?
Hawthorn.
Okay, so who knows?
Could
Hawthorn
happen.
up and down, and then we need
they almost
100.
lost to GWS.
Yeah, we need 150 point turnaround. So we need the Pies to absolutely hammer Carlton.
Yeah.
And then we, which I think is almost impossible, need to absolutely hammer the Swans.
Yeah.
So what's the maths?
So I did it was like if it's like 130 to 50 Collingwood Carlton, like an 80 point win for the Pies and a 10 goal win for us, we're in.
Yeah. Oh, done.
But we're not talking it up. We've basically said it's
as
the
long as
wake.
Collingwood pull their weight, we'll be right.
Collingwood win by 100 and we lose. We'll be like, shit, okay, it's
I
our
was
all
going to
our
say,
fault.
what's their average winning margin over the past 12 weeks?
4 points.
Yeah.
We need them to go up 9,000% in winning margin for one game. 1 billion percent.
Oh, we're getting delusional here now.
Anyway,
Alrighty,
let's go. Do we go predictions or not? Let's just
King
enjoy
for
it.
10.
King
Let's
for
just
10.
feed him.
Let's just
King for
have-
10.
All right, come on,
Oh, yeah,
Kingy.
that's where I was going
Coach's
with the
votes.
maths. How far off is King off the Coleman?
He's about 15, isn't he?
15.
12 or 13, I think.
61 to 47 or 48.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It's about
let's
13 off.
Let's just feed King.
Fred Fanning, we're coming for you.
Just give him a
18
bag.
goals.
13.
All right,
13.
we are getting really delusional
Yeah,
now.
yeah, we are. Yeah, it's
That's
getting
fine.
late. Yep, we need to get dinner.
Yeah.
Good work,
Alrighty,
boys.
well, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you boys tonight. 'cause
You too,
you know,
Joyce. It's
after
nice.
after the week that was,
Thanks, mate.
the weekend that was,
Yeah.
end of this.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep doing your nice stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much. I wasn't
you
going to
done?
say something nice. So yeah, just
I was going to say, if everyone's having a bit of a cold week, get down to the Bentley Social as well.
Yeah.
Have some nice
Yeah,
food. The sponsor of the
absolutely.
podcast, so they're doing a great job.
we
And
should
Tuesday
can't.
trivia.
Tuesday trivia
Tuesday
as well.
trivia,
So tomorrow, And I think they've got
That's taco night on
$4-5
Tuesdays
tacos
too.
on Tuesdays as well, which are delicious.
And the cheeky buggers for the carnivores out there, they had the roast. They do that on the Sundays.
Oh,
the roast pork belly. Like I've never had that as a roast kind of setup.
Yeah.
So they get a bit freaky down at the
They do.
social. Good tucker.
Yeah. And we just want to say they've done a great job with the Saints TV Disco for the year, and
legends.
can't wait for next year. We'll do more of those.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be, well, that's the thing. It's like we're going to have the social club next year, which is going to be big at the home games.
Yeah, obviously.
And
after
then the
we're done
Bentley
with
social for the away games is going to be
That's
even
right.
bigger.
Yeah.
100%.
Spot on.
A lot of
Alrighty,
knock-knocks.
boys. Well, absolute pleasure as always. And I'll see you next Monday. I think we should get the Ubers in and really chill out on
Have a
Monday
dinner.
with a few vinos and maybe a dinner to wrap it up as well. So
Sounds good.
it's been awesome. And we'll chat to everyone next week.
Yep.
After the
Till
last
then.
game.
That's the Saints.
My Saints footy, and I love the feeling. So does the family. Oh yeah, Saints footy, 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 Saints footy.